Hello everyone, welcome back to Cinders. So we're in this choice here. Should we go out and follow the mysterious man? The person, actually I should say, we don't even know who it is, but the mysterious person who is taking a package for Carmosa or not. Yeah, you know what? Sure, why not? Let's follow the mysterious visitor. I mean, what could happen? Well, this might be my only chance. How long have I waited here, wishing for a change? Finally, an opportunity has presented itself. Carmosa clearly has a secret. If I could figure it out, I might have an advantage over her. No one is outside the window. Now is as good a time as ever. Here goes nothing. Well, now what? I try to keep my distance while following that man, and now I've lost his trail completely. If he's somewhere up ahead, I really have to hurry to catch up with him. If I accidentally pass him, then I run the risk of running into him when I return home. Ow! Curse these demonic excuses for plants! Oh, sorry, shady character. Ow! Curse these demonic excuses for plants! The way you scratch at a fellow, you're more like wildcats than shrubs. I have to see the person to figure out voice, but that must be him. He's close. I'd better hide. Ah, blasted rocks. What are they doing in my path? Alright, here's the shady character. Alright, how do we voice this? I don't even know. Too many characters. Too many characters. I don't know. You'd think they'd clear out this place, accounting that a fellow can't see a thing in the dark. It's not proper, I tell ya. Oh no, actually, I did. Well, I guess I technically voiced them before, so. Well, I'm sure this be the place where I'm scheduled to meet the smart-ass merchant. Smart-ass or not, shouldn't you be more careful when talking about the man who pays you? Oi, boss! I was just talking to myself. No harm meant, you know. Truly. I suppose I can let this one go. If you brought the package as discreetly as Lady Carmosa requested. Of course. No ifs about, boss. It wounds my honor that you doubt my competence for even a moment. No, I'd never doubt you. Now hand it over. Before I do, boss, I will have something I need to ask you. And what would that be? You know I'm an honest man, but my curiosity just took hold of me so hard, I had to have a look inside this package. And lo and behold, my eyes spy a mighty fine necklace set with rubies and made of gold. It's worth 1,000 sovereigns at least, yeah? I specifically instructed you not to look inside. But the necklace? Yes, it's probably worth quite a lot of money. I don't get it, boss. Why is the noble lady paying us to take this off her hands? Seems all wrong ways around to me. I'm sure she has her reasons, and you're not being paid to poke around and ask needless questions. In fact, if you don't keep your mouth shut, you won't be paid at all. Whoa, boss, you don't need to get so angry. My mouth is as secure as the royal treasury it is. I doubt the contents are quite as valuable. Still, you've completed your task, so here's your pay. 15 sovereigns. And try not to drink it all at once. Me? Never. You wound me with your accusations, boss. I'm sure. Well, we should return to town before someone stumbles upon us. What on earth is Tobias up to? Never mind that. If I don't do something, they'll leave before I can do anything. Now might be my only chance to confront him, but I probably shouldn't act too impulsively. Alright, what should we do? Go back home or confront Tobias now? I don't really feel that confronting Tobias now is like going with how I'm playing the character, but right now, but I mean, we should. I don't know. I mean, something bad could happen if we confront at all. Alright. The choices are pretty interesting, I would say. Like, a little too interesting. It's starting to get me stressed here, but I kind of want to go back home because I feel like I want to, if like second time round we play, I want to play her more like like bold, out there, sassy, whatever. This time it's more like sort of play safe-ish. Yeah, we'll go back home. I think I've seen enough. I better get back before they catch me or someone finds me missing. I'll talk to the Tobias about this later after I've had some time to think about it. It's best to speak with him alone anyway. In the morning. Alright. Oi, what a night. Maybe boss was right when he said not to drink away my pain in one go. Still, can't say it wasn't worth it for how great last night was. Wait, what exactly happened last night? How'd I even wind up here? The deer went this way, my lord. Oi, someone's coming. Better lay low for it, mate. Hurry before it gets away. Forget the deer, Captain. There are more important matters at hand. If this is about what you asked yesterday... Oh, sorry. If this is about what you asked yesterday, my lord, I know little of politics or the affairs of the court. That's exactly why I need you. You're straightforward and honest, and you see things I can't. Behind all those smiles, everyone at the court lies to me. No, you're the only man I can trust. I will serve you to the best of my ability. What is it that you wish to discuss? It's about my father's last wish. I must have a wife before I ascend the throne. How am I to choose one? There's a ball in a few days. Isn't that your chance to find an eligible young lady? In theory, but that's the problem. How will I be able to tell? The monarchy's weak without a king, and the nobles around me are plotting to advance themselves. They groom their daughters like prize spaniels in the hopes that I'll be taken in by a pretty face. I need a wife who's strong and smart, someone who can rule the kingdom wisely, not feed me her father's poisonous words. But I doubt I'll ever find such a woman. Oh, something. Okay, so this is apparently something that changes if we make other choices. Okay. Ha! That's very interesting. Really? Okay. I have no doubts many such women exist, my lord. You should not give up so easily. You're right, Captain. It's just that I haven't had the fortune to meet one yet. I'm surrounded by women who know little more than how to curtsy. And they do little more than wait to be handed out as political tokens. Truly, it is disheartening. And yet you must choose a wife from among the nobility regardless. It is, after all, tradition. Well, if tradition isn't law, then... If it's a bad tradition, then break it. It's as if tradition mattered to that brood of white vipers. They plot to control the throne before it is even in my grasp. If I marry to please a powerful house, I risk having a fool for a wife. But what other choice do I have? If you respected traditions to the fullest, you'd be able to choose any woman at the ball, even someone you didn't know. How convenient that this rule is often forgotten. Someone I didn't know. Captain, you're brilliant. It's perfect. I'm not sure I follow your thinking, my lord. A masquerade ball. I'll be able to choose from the women without discriminating over looks or political ties. They've been pushing me to follow tradition for so long, they can't complain if I remember the old rules. Captain, you truly are a remarkable man. I see now why father trusted you so much. Of course, my lord. Well, it's always an honor to be of service. Thank you so much, my friend. You are a rare breed indeed, so faithful to your ideals. Ideals or not, our prey as long has escaped us, and if we linger any longer, people might grow suspicious. You're right, my friend. Let us return to the castle with all haste. Now that I have a solution in mind, I can return with a light heart. Shady character. Hmm? Well, that's a bit of juicy gossip you don't hear every day. A masquerade ball, huh? I know a certain lady would pay handsomely for this information. That she would. The day may start lousy for all the last night's drinking, but it's turned out to be quite a good one after all. All thanks to a few extra rounds at the pub. You can't go wrong with that. Maybe he wouldn't have heard that if we had confronted... Wow, this really raises so many questions about how you do those different choices. Alright. Anyways... Ah! Alright, John, for real. Oops. What time is it? The sun is already so high in the sky. I must have slept in. Considering how long I spent outside last night, that's hardly a surprise. I'm still not sure what to think about what happened. I want to trust Tobias, but... Well, at least it's something different than from the usual. It's strange how my life has been so boring all this time, and suddenly all these things are happening to me. But even stranger than that... I wonder why no one has come to wake me up yet. It must be at least noon, if not later. Surely Carmosa hasn't decided to be gracious and grant me a holiday. I want none of your pitiful excuses. Uh-oh, Carmosa's definitely not in a gracious mood. I should get going and see what's going on before she catches me like this. Everyone is here. You're an even bigger disappointment than usual. Looks like Carmosa's mad at Gloria today. I wonder why. Hey, Sophia. Cinders, not so loud. I don't want to get in trouble or miss any of this. But what's going on? Business as usual. Mother's in a bad mood and Gloria was the nearest thing she could yell at. I'm not interested in your excuses. It's your duty to make sure there's enough wood for the fireplace. But... if the servants are allegedly ill, then find someone else. Do it yourself if you have to. Oh. Okay. Apparently we can change this. Oh, maybe if she doesn't go out at night, she fixes the firewood and this doesn't... What? So many choices. Wow, okay. I'm sorry, Mother. I understand. If you truly understood, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Oh yeah, they're supposed to speak the same way. Whoops. But I'm wasting my breath. I can only hope that you've learnt your lesson and this won't happen again. It seems I can't trust you girls with even the smallest tasks. I wish that one of you would finally take charge of things. Yes, Mother. Well, don't you say yes. Prove your worth by taking action. Make sure dinner's ready in 2 hours. I expect the wood to be chopped by then as well. Don't worry, Mother. I will. Cinders, Sophia, why are you two wasting your time eavesdropping instead of being useful? Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna make her voice like her mother's because nah. It's not a waste to watch the mighty all-knowing Gloria get scolded by Mom. Oh, what's this? You usually have such a sharp reply, but now you can think of anything to say? Whatever happened to the perfect, glorious, outspoken Gloria? One scolding from Mom is all it takes to shut you up. I don't have time to deal with your childish jealousy right now, but watch your tongue. It will certainly get you in trouble someday. Anyway, you two heard Mother. Dinner must be ready in 2 hours, so get started. What? Why do we have to get dinner ready? Because I'll be busy taking care of Mother's other needs, like getting the wood chopped. If you'd rather not, I can always tell Mother you refuse to obey her orders. Fine, I'll do it. Just pray that your food isn't poisoned. As if you'd have the guts to do such a thing, little sister. Now if you'll excuse me, I have duties to attend to. Well, it looks like I'm stuck working with you, Cinders. What should I say to Sophia? Why were you so cruel to Gloria? You sure told her. Nah, I'm going with this. Why were you so cruel to Gloria? Why were you so cruel to Gloria? Why? Don't you hate her too? Well, maybe. But you're her sister. Aren't you supposed to support each other? Oh, if only Gloria believed that. No, there's certainly no support here, and it's mostly her fault. She always acts so smug and self-righteous, but there's no trace of her own will or personality in there. She's just trying to copy Mom, even though it's impossible. And of course she takes out all her frustration on me. She probably thinks Mom would recognize her more if she keeps degrading me. I have no reason to be kind to her. I understand, but don't you wish that would change? Living under Carmosa is hard enough already. Wouldn't it be better to band together instead of fight each other? Maybe, but what does it matter? Why am I even discussing this with you? I must be getting desperate. Of course I want to be on better terms with Gloria, but she drew the line a long time ago. I may not be as clever as beautiful as Mom or Gloria, but I'm not naive. People don't just change. They remain cruel as long as it benefits them. That's such a sad outlook on life. It must have been really hard for you growing up. Oh please, I don't need pity, especially not from you. Life is horrid and no amount of sweet words will change that. Let's go get dinner ready before we get in trouble. It'll be nice having someone helping me with dinner for once. Hurry up and take out all the ingredients we're going to need. Why me? Isn't it obvious? I hardly step foot in this place, so naturally, I don't know where anything is. Naturally. That doesn't mean you can't help with the preparation, though. I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I? There's no way you can prepare dinner in 2 hours alone. What kind of dinners do you eat? Well, yeah, okay, I know this is like 1800s, and they have like several courses and stuff, but yeah. Wow, servants must be like basically spending all day doing dinner, like, what? I'll be in just as much trouble as you if it's not done. Mother isn't forgiving towards anyone. I figured that much out myself. Now, here are all the ingredients. Yuck, the stench is unbelievable. Are they rotting or something? No, this is just how vegetables smell. They do grow in the soil, you know. Sure, but I can't believe you actually live with this odor. I bet sometimes you feel like a rather large carrot yourself. Or beetroot, maybe? That's very funny, Sophia. Besides, it wasn't exactly my own choice to move in here. I used to have a proper bedroom before Gloria took it. Of course, how could I forget? Still, you should be grateful. They say that harsh conditions help to build character. You're bound to become a diamond here, while poor Gloria softens with every passing hour. Can't you give me a break for once? If that's how it's going to look, I prefer to risk Hermosa's anger and prepare dinner alone. Oh fine, don't be so uptight, sis. One Gloria in this house is one too many. Uptight? You're the one being a jerk! So, what was it like before we moved in with you anyway? How should I respond? Tell her, or why do you care? Nope, the personality we're going with is tell her. Do you really want to know? Of course, we've got to talk about something, or else it'll be awfully dull in here. You can't just admit that you're actually interested in my life. Well, if you must know, the moment we started talking, I decided it's better to imagine your character from some bad romance novel. It's much less personal like that. You're such a darling sometimes. I know, right? I may not be the worst or best in the family, but you can't accuse me of lacking creativity. But let's get back to the book you're in. Well, life was different when Father was still alive. More carefree, although I suppose that's how childhood is. Father had a way with kids. I think he was rather a big child himself, always dreaming. I loved it back then. I see. And how do you feel about it now? How was it? It was great. It was too dreamy. I was suffocating. Nope. It was great. It was fantastic. I loved it all so much. Everything was so magical. He tried very hard to keep the worries of life away from me. It was like living in a fairy tale. Demons. I used to wonder what having a proper father would be like, but I think I'm all cured now. It sounds like keeping in touch with reality wasn't exactly his forte. That may be, but how much is a kid with a happy childhood? There are some dreams you just don't want to wake up from. What about your mother? Do you remember her? Unfortunately, she passed away giving birth to me. I still feel guilty about it, even though I know it doesn't make any sense. Father told me a lot about her, but I don't really know if that's how she was, or just an idealized image. Either way, I know that her death had a huge impact on him. I think he was very lonely. Perhaps that's why he preferred to get lost in his dreams rather than face real life. I'm sure it got even worse after we came into your life, huh? Ew, this onion is making my eyes wet. Give that to me, I'll chop it. If you rinse the knife first, it shouldn't sting that much. As for you, I'd say my life was definitely different after you came in. Oh, just be honest. I know your life has been miserable ever since your father married our lovely mother. Trust me, it's not like Gloria and I wanted this either, and yet here we are, one big, happy family. You can be awfully cynical at times. Oh, you noticed. Fine then. Yes, my life got worse when you showed up. I'm a servant, no, a slave in my own house. Not like you'd understand. Yes, what could I possibly know about it? Ugh. Onion. Sounds to me like it's your turn to talk about life. It's your turn to talk about your life. Well, there's not much to say. That can't be true. It's obvious a lot happened to you and Gloria. You wouldn't be like this otherwise. Besides, you said you want the conversation, so tell me about yourself. Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. When we were children, we lived out in the countryside. Our house wasn't as nice as this one, though. Our father was a military man. He got himself killed in some war, and that left Mother a widow. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be. I hardly even saw the man. When he was around, he was like a complete stranger, not a proper father at all. His death meant nothing to us. What about Carmosa? It must have affected her. Maybe that's why she's the way she is now. Was that supposed to be a joke? Mom didn't care about him any more than we did. Then why did she marry him? Well, why does anyone get married? Indeed, why? For love, for political gains, for many reasons. This is really the only choice. I mean, for many reasons. There are a lot of reasons for people to get married. I don't think I can give one solid answer. Some do it to attain higher status or more riches. It's also a way to ensure you aren't alone when you're old. And sometimes love, or at least mutual respect, plays a role too. You're right. For instance, an ugly girl like me would only attract men looking for status. They would try to climb the social ladder using my back for rungs. It was the opposite with Mother. She used her looks to attract a man of higher social standing. If you had a penchant for melodrama, you could say she climbed his dead body to be where she is now. Carmosa comes from a poor family. They had a title of nobility, but they'd lost most of their riches and splendor. The only way for her to advance up the social ladder was to marry, and she was ambitious. She married an officer who was relatively rich and had a lot of accolades. She probably planned ahead even there. For all I know, she chose a man who would probably die in battle so that she could marry even higher later. How can you say that? That's such a cruel assumption. Cruel? It's not like she killed him. He would have died anyway. She just wanted something more out of life. It's still a cold thing to do. Cold? Sure, it's cold. It's business. I don't see what's wrong with it. Mother, she did what she had to do. I mean, yeah, I do understand it though, because society was so rigid, especially for women, that basically marriage was the only way for you to have any sort of advancement or get a better life for yourself. There's not much room in this world for women with ambitions, so you take what you can get. So back then, was your life as bad as it is now? Worse. What? How so? Well, you weren't around. Oh. Listen, if you're not around, who do you think becomes the victim? Mothers always need a scapegoat, and Gloria would do anything to please that woman. I'm not as pretty, smart, or ambitious as them, so naturally she humiliated me, and Mom didn't disapprove. And now that I'm here, they no longer target you. Is that it? That's exactly it. Mom and Gloria have a new scapegoat, and my life is finally a little better. Oh, I see. So now you're no longer tormented. So now that you're no longer tormented, you choose to torment me instead. Of course. Nothing personal, but it's either me or you, and I certainly won't be a victim again. Besides, you should be grateful. Didn't your father shield you from the real world too much? Well, now you get to see exactly what it's like. That's the way of all things. You're either the hunter or the prey. And as long as Mother and Gloria focus on you, I can go back to being my own worthless self. What should I say to Sophia? You're so cruel. You're not worthless. We're such a nice person. You're not worthless. Just listen to yourself. You're not worthless, ugly, or even cruel. My. What has made you an expert all of a sudden? That's ridiculous. It's obvious the person you hate the most is yourself, but you have no reason to. So you make up all these excuses, like you're too ugly or worthless, when you know it's not true. But it's still an easy way out, isn't it? You prefer to convince yourself you're nothing, so that nobody will expect anything more from you. You don't have to change or do anything if you're worthless after all. And you sound like you're trying to convince yourself that you're all-knowing. You're not worthless, Sophia. You know that. It's almost endearing how hard you try to see good in other people, but you're just being naive. That is basically the personality I'm going for. It's not naive at all. I was paying attention when you were talking, and I learned something important. You think you're worthless because you can't measure up to Carmosa or Gloria, but it's the opposite. Carmosa is a woman of strong influence. It's easy to get drawn in and conform to what she wants. The fact that you've resisted means that you're stronger than Gloria. It means you're stronger than Carmosa. I'm sorry you had to suffer for it, but that makes you even more admirable. You really had it rough, and I know that left a mark on you, but it doesn't make you worthless. You know, I don't need your pity. Trust me, that's the last thing on my mind. You've still been absolutely horrid to me. But now that I know what happened to you, well, I just wish that you knew better. Whoa, look, choice. Weep. I've had enough of this. I've done enough work. You can handle the rest of the dinner, can't you? Well, you don't really have a choice. I'm leaving. Fine, have it your way. For a girl who wastes her life away in the kitchen dreaming of better days, you sure can be self-righteous. And for a girl so cynical and angry with the world, you sure look a lot like a self-made victim. I suppose the entire conversation between us was pointless. Good luck with the dinner. What's wrong with her? I can't believe we actually had that conversation. That was definitely unexpected. I think I need some time to think it over. The meal is nearly done anyway. All that's left is to get one of the servants to cook the rest right before it's served. I really need to get out and gather my thoughts. Everyone is busy, so I'm sure no one will notice if I sneak out. The main hallway is empty. No surprise there. As I thought, everyone is busy right now. I don't have much time before dinner, but I'm sure I could sneak out and be back in time. All that talk about my mother reminded me that I haven't been to her grave in a long time. It might be dangerous to sneak out during the day, but I don't know if I'll get another chance. I'll just have to move as quickly as I can. Alright, we're back at the map. We can now go to the cemetery. And we will do that in the next episode. So thank you all for watching. Hope you're enjoying Cinders, our first playthrough, or whatever I should call it. And I'll see ya.